someone's going to steal this or go and do it, is that no, they're not. They're not
so real.
They're not going to do that. Like this is the information age. So when people are worried about giving away their ideas, someone's going to go and steal that. It's like, look around you.
Yeah, bro.
Everyone's consuming and no one's producing with the ideas.
Right.
Welcome to the Seize the Day podcast. My name is Brandon Stewart. And if you are a creative and you're looking to leave your 9-to-5 and step out into a creative role, making that side hustle, getting some side cash, this is the podcast that you've been waiting for. And today's the day the algorithm did you right. And I'm joined by my good friend, the homie, DJ Sean P.
What's up, bro?
Thank you.
Dude? Can't believe you haven't kicked me off yet.
No, man, we're gonna wait for the contract to renew and figure out something, bro.
All right, word up. That's how it goes. What's up, man?
Dude, man, we're just super stoked just to keep doing this and to hang out and talk about what we'd be talking about normally.
Yeah, last time we talked about I'm not a businessman.
Yeah,
I'm a business.
I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman.
Yeah, we talked about
products, how it fits into the marketing plan. Yeah. And all that. So the next thing that we wanted to talk about, though, with just getting right into it, is leveraging the attention that you're getting. So we were hitting on like compounding attention, how to roll attention into the next thing to get more attention.
Yeah. And
I think we got into it a little bit, but I wanted to talk about it more as a real world example, because sometimes we can talk about things and it's like, okay, that kind of makes sense, but how do I actually implement that? What does it look like?
Totally. And from the last time we talked, like I can't stop thinking about products.
Right? Like I always think about products.
I know you do. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, I have a note and it just keeps growing. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to, put the rubber to the road with the products, because then it's developing the whole products. But you're right. There's still a dilemma. You got to get the product to the person. You got to get people to know that you have a product.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So one of the examples, and then also just to emphasize, you don't even have to have a product in the beginning.
Oh, okay.
Like in the beginning, what you're really doing is getting the attention, and you're building a list, you're building your audience. Yeah. And then you can be working on a product in the background. Okay. But then you don't have to have a product out of the gate. Right. Because if you come with a product out the gate, in the beginning, you are the product.
Okay. Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah.
You are the product. Yeah. Your videos are the product. Your content is the product. And then once the people are warmed up to you, you've been giving them value. Then you can hit them with a real ask, like, buy this real world physical thing from me.
Yeah, dude.
Right. So they've been paying you an attention. Now you're going to exchange that attention for some dollars.
Well, you sound like you went to did you read a book? Like, how do you you just
I've never read a book. I've never watched a YouTube video.
You communicated that so seamlessly, and I just think that we should rewind. I mean, I'm going to rewind that.
Yeah. So someone that's broken this down very simply or simplistically is like Gary Vaynerchuk, right? He has that book called Jab, Right Hook, or Jab, Right Hook.
Word?
Yeah. So
it's
basically,
like A, B, up, down, up, down.
Yeah. So basically, it's a boxing metaphor. So the jab, you're setting up. Not every punch is a right hook or an uppercut or a whatever, right?
Right.
But it's a setup. So to break that down into like a content creator model, the setups, the jabs are your videos, is your daily content. So you don't go and ask for a hard sale or a super strong call to action in every single video. Okay. Right? You set up, you give value. One of the overarching concepts is just that you want to provide so much value that people feel guilty that they've consumed all your content and yet they haven't purchased anything from you, but they're getting all this good stuff. So that's the idea. Just
Right.
give it away. And people are like, oh, I don't want to give away my idea. Someone's going to run and do something with it.
Right.
Two responses. One is, okay, so what?
Right.
You didn't create it.
For sure. I think about that a lot. Like, yeah, you come across that in business or just in being creative. It's like, I have this idea, but I don't know if I should tell you. Okay, I'm going to tell you. Now, don't take my idea. It's like, bruh, you're not a genius. You're not inventing paint. You're not even inventing a paint style. Like, you're not even copying a good paint style. Yeah. I think once you create a lot and you're in the field of producing stuff, you kind of realize, man, even my best idea is like, the value isn't just in my best idea. And it's not even if I get to execute my best idea the best, it's like, this is not something for me to hold tight because it does no good if I just make a figurine and hold on to it with all my might, right? Or make a beat and just listen to it and just like, I am a genius. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, because if you don't put that into the world, then it doesn't benefit. It's just super like selfish just to create and hold on to it yourself, and you're too scared because you think so highly of yourself that someone's going to steal it. So the counter to like those ideas of like, someone's going to steal this or go and do it is that no, they're not. They're not
so real.
They're not going to do that. Like this is the information age. And the Chili Peppers said it well, like in the Californication songs, and like basically like sitting at your computer getting high off information.
Dude, that
information.
It's okay. But I'm guilty. But that's a good reference. Bro moment. Oh, that was a bro moment.
So we consume, and we get dopamine hits. From getting smarter, and we are probably consuming good information. Right. And there's nothing wrong with consuming.
Right.
But consuming is not the action that produces results. That's learning, and we should always be learning. But then we got to go and do. So when people are worried about giving away their ideas, oh, someone's going to go and steal that. It's like, look around you.
Yeah, bro.
Everyone's consuming and no one's producing with the ideas.
Right.
So if you can just execute on like 0.5% of what you learned.
Right. That's what I was trying to say.
You get into that one, you become the 1% just by being like, mediocre at best when you start, right? And it
totally. And I wanted to bring up it helped me. I might remember the story wrong. Remember the story about maybe like Kanye West hooking up with Eminem and Kanye taking drums from Eminem, and Eminem was like, bro, take them. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not really about because Eminem and Kanye are going to make two completely different types of music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if they share drums. It's not like Kanye's now, and this is a young Kanye, right? It's not like Kanye is now Dre, you know, because, Eminem's getting him from Dre. It's like when you're secure and you kind of know that, you're like, bro, you can have that record. You can have these drums. You could,
because you're secure in your own and your identity. It's a minor side note just because he hit on like the drum aspect. Like I remember one time I wanted someone to sample for me When the Levee Breaks.
Okay, yeah, dude, yeah.
Because it just it just makes it.
I think that was the first hip hop loop ever on a record. Period. Beastie Boys License to Ill.
Yeah, from Beastie Boys, right?
Yeah, but that was the first sample drum loop ever.
Period.
That was
I didn't know that. Like,
produced. Yeah.
Obviously, I love hip hop, but I'm not a deep.
Oh, sorry.
Right, but which is fine. I appreciate it. But someone, that's what someone told me. This person told me, he's like, nah, Beastie Boys already flipped that. And then I was like, in my head, I'm like, so what?
Exactly. You had mentioned the punk rock police, the rap police.
Yeah, someone already flipped it. I'm like, but they didn't flip it the way that I hear it.
Exactly.
Right? And not that I'm a genius, but like everyone is.
You should have said, I smell bacon.
I smell bacon.
Yeah. Anyways, go ahead.
But anyway, right? Yeah. But those are the boxes that we put ourselves in by like thinking someone already did it.
Yeah,
I can't put that idea out there. The best way to do this, I think, is just to get to and it's easier said than done, but you have to learn how to just be free and exist.
Yeah.
And maybe let go of some baggage that one may have acquired over the years.
Yep.
It's like, hey man, I'm hitting that reset. Maybe I'm just gonna delete all of my IG feed and start fresh. I'm gonna be like, yay, and like only have 5 posts at a time. Right. So, but doing that, like physically cleaning out, lets you exist in the moment. And someone that's existing in the moment extremely well right now is this cat named Jake.
Okay.
Right. And
State Farm.
Jake, not Jake from State Farm.
Okay.
The other Jake.
Bro, those Dockers though. It's like they don't fade, bro. They're always crispy. Sorry.
Do you remember the Dockers commercials from the 90s? Like, nice pants.
Nice. Remember the Hanes t-shirt commercials of Jordan? And he's like, it doesn't bacon. They like the net. Anyway, sorry. 90s.
Dude, we need to do a whole episode just on the best commercials from the 90s.
Dude, let's go.
Yeah.
Anyways.
And okay, so Jake is existing in the moment, and it's Jake with a V. It's an inverted A, so it looks like Javik.
Okay.
But it's Jake because he's cool.
So cool.
Right?
But he kept the vowels in.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Okay, sorry.
So he has a song, Golden Hour.
Okay.
Right. And then I'm not gonna try and sing it, but it's dope. But when I saw it for the first time, I was like, yo, this is pretty dope. And so I saw it as a YouTube short, and then I went to go investigate in the comments on it.
Okay.
And
wait, you saw?
Okay, so
what did you see?
Yeah, let me reset it up here. Okay, he had this song that went viral from just a social media clip, whether it was, I don't know what platform it went viral on first. I think it was Instagram actually.
Okay.
But I saw it as a YouTube short.
Right on.
And so Jake is a modern artist. He's influenced by hip hop culture, but he has strong pop sensibilities.
Yeah.
Right. He plays piano. So he has this whole like Billy Joel, but he's in a Frank Ocean vibe. Right.
Yeah. Right.
And he's playing piano in this clip for his childhood piano teacher.
Okay.
And he goes back and plays this song, and it's like he knows this is going to be a hit, and he just wants to show her what he's done. And she's there and she's crying and it gets emotional. She's like, I can't believe you became this thing. Like I knew you as a kid and now you're this fully formed like piano player.
So it's an emotional type of video.
Yeah. Because when the chorus hits, it's all like all these elements and it's layered. The track is just layered so much and everything builds this massive payoff. Oh, man. And I was like, dude, this is an amazing song. Like this is it was right at the end of summer going into fall. And so this whole golden hour concept, it was awesome. The comments, I was like, okay, I'm going to go comment like whatever the comment was.
Because this video was impactful enough to you to go, let me see what people are saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, surely I can't be alone. And there was a pinned comment at the top, and it was his comment.
Okay.
And it's like, if you want to hear the full track, click here.
Dang, he's pimping emotion right there, baby.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, that's when I knew. I was like, okay, this cat's a little different. This cat knows what's going on.
But it was organic enough for you to like feel.
Yeah, it wasn't like oh, this is paid or this is planted.
It didn't look professionally produced.
No, it was just very simple.
Okay,
it was very basic. All he wanted to do was get your information from you so he can send you something else.
Okay.
Right. And I say this in a positive way.
Okay.
So you click a link and then you're given a landing page where you submit your name and your phone number so we can send you text. Right. Because that works for a lot of people and a lot of demographics now.
So, music is doing that. The text communication.
And I think it's a younger generation thing. They're more comfortable receiving SMS messages versus traditional email.
But you're going to get an SMS. You can't control the algorithm.
Yes.
That's kind of,
yeah. How do we, so big picture, it's I have this attention. Now, how do I leverage this attention into my own funnel?
Yeah.
So how do I get you off this platform and into my database where I can send you something direct outside of any algorithm at any time I want?
So this is like a viral video. So we talked about compounding attention, whatever. We don't know anything about this guy's compound. It's a cold video that came across your feed. It's a viral video.
Yeah, totally viral.
So in his virality, in his moment, he's prepared. Like
Yes.
he was like, bro, this is a good hit. Like I'm about to do something with this. Let me set it up.
Yeah. And he had another hit earlier on.
Okay.
And in the moment right now, it escapes me what it was.
Okay.
But this was like,
The State Farm commercial.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
And so when I went back and saw that, I go, oh, that's this guy? And he's hitting again.
Is he an industry plant or is he's indie?
I don't know.
It doesn't
enough.
matter.
I don't know enough.
Okay, it
to
doesn't
say if he's an industry plant or not. Like trying to.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take
because the industry would not do something like this anyways.
No, because it would
Yeah.
have been like high end production from the
Right.
jump.
He
So
would have
like
been- yeah.
to contrast,
Yeah.
that's what like an Olivia Rodrigo
Right.
is supposed to be, because she was a Disney kid,
Right.
and then she comes out with this whole project where it's very. She actually had to get in, so because we're so like musically inclined, also,
Okay.
and she had to pay royalties to Paramore. Because
Yeah, that song is like
because
the
she
same
lifted
thing.
like everything, and so she had to like retro credit
Yeah.
whoever, like
Sure.
Haley as a
Right.
writer, because they
Right.
just like lifted everything,
Yeah.
and I was like, snap! Like this is about to get interesting.
They don't care. Like, because she wanted to hit.
because they're going to get
Yeah,
paid.
because she wanted the notoriety. Like, my daughter knows Olivia from her music now because she redid it.
Yeah.
Like, when we heard that song, like, I was like, straight up Paramore song.
Yeah.
But not mad at it, right?
Yeah,
Being
no,
like,
I actually not mad.
Not
Because
at all.
The 40-year-old me is like,
Totally.
But
like,
I
get it. You're like, great idea, bro. Like, where's Avril Lavigne? She about to come back.
Well, yeah, she did come back with,
Did she?
because she's this is
Sorry.
turning into a music podcast. She's dating Mod Sun, which is like the modern punk rock hip hop rapper,
Oh,
right?
okay.
Who's collabing with Travis Barker on everything.
Oh, wow.
And so
Yeah.
that whole thing is like recycling.
Yeah.
But that's a whole other arm of marketing. How to stay relevant with collabs, and that's how Travis Barker stayed relevant,
Right.
Because he's still the same dude.
Oh, dude, I think more highly of him now than ever before.
Yeah.
Just because it's staying relevant.
Yeah,
But we're talking about Jake, sorry.
Sure, Jake. And
Okay, so he's got a viral video and he was ready. So in the comments.
So his link makes you sign up for an SMS.
All right.
And then the next one immediately in that flow
Yeah.
pushes a link to his Spotify.
Okay.
So then you go straight to his Spotify, and then you listen and you hear the whole song, and it's great. And then so he's leveraging all of this, right? And so there's another video of him playing the piano in a public mall.
Okay.
Playing the song, and then like watching people's reactions as they realize what song it is.
Okay.
There's videos of him like breaking down every layer, how he built. So like he's taking this one moment in time,
Right.
and he's maximizing it to the max.
Yeah, like this is like sounding like something that's intriguing to me.
Right, which is what Gary Vee would prescribe in his books of like, if you have a moment that's viral, that means that people like it. So you got to double. Most people, if they go viral, they just, oh, cool, I went viral. What do I do now?
Okay.
It's like, post it again, figure out another way to repackage that one thing and put it out in front of people again.
With like
And-
an action item.
doesn't even have to be an action item, because
Okay.
you can have an action item,
Okay.
but it doesn't have to be a hard sale, because even in that viral post, he's pushing sign up for basically my SMS list, right?
Okay, right on.
He's not selling a product yet.
Yeah, but he's like, you like me. Like
Yes.
this video helps you like me.
And so he's doing that, but he's just maximizing his moment in time. We're saying, okay, here's the song again in a different
Yeah.
way. And then he opened it up to collab. So there's lots of people like collabing, like dropping like 16
Like on
bar
TikTok?
verses. Yeah.
Okay.
Like dropping rap verses
Dope.
in there. So he's maximizing his moment in time. So I think it's a really interesting real-time, real-world case study
Yeah.
of the fact that marketing doesn't have to be complicated. Right?
I'm just going to keep it real.
Yeah, because we get it.
This is like what we mentioned this on the first episode, and I had mentioned this. Like, I had noticed other people kind of in my realm that were influencers, and I was checking out their link trees and seeing how they are kind of building on their one platform, because it's not just the platform. They're building community. You got product, a lot of ways to connect with them. So what I hear about like Jake, I know this is simple, but you have to have at least enough foresight to know what you want and how you're going to achieve to get it, because the internet is so vast. It seems like there's a million different ways to do one thing.
Yeah.
And being in a new space, you really kind of have to define. I talked about in the first episode, I want to define a game plan. So like this sounds like he went to the playoffs with a game plan.
Yeah, you have to do the education.
Okay.
You have to get up to speed, and it is a skill set to make something very complicated look very simple, which is what it is. And what I'm really getting at is like, we can overcomplicate things by overthinking things. Yeah. The education level required to understand how these pieces move, it's not that complicated.
Yeah, it's not.
But you just have to know, like, if you mapped it out like a flow chart, A, B, C, D to all your points,
right?
Then you can go, oh, from here, okay, we're going to post here, and it's going to push to these different platforms, and we really just want to collect, like, what's the goal? You have to know what the end goal is in mind.
Right.
The end goal for him right now isn't selling a t-shirt.
Right.
It's just building a list.
Yeah.
Right. So all he wants to do is just build a list, and that's a low barrier point for entry.
Right.
Because it's like, okay, I like you. Yeah, I don't want to miss the next like dope song.
Yeah.
And so here's my number.
Totally.
And then now he can go back at some point when he has a product, because he says, like, I mean, he actually said he's only releasing one album because he's a bigger artist than just a music artist, and he wants to do more than just music. And so who knows what he actually has planned.
So that's why it's a genius way. Like he's developing a highway of communication, right? Mm-hmm. Because he's like, I'm not a one and done.
Right.
And that's intriguing to me. Not only intriguing, that sounds like note taken. You know what I mean? Totally note taken. But when you talked about it's not, we make it more complicated. It made me realize something that I had been pondering about, trying to keep my hands on everything. The more I've thought about what we talked about and how I want to direct my business, the more I'm realizing I can't have all the answers yet. And I need to allow time for things to develop, because there has to be this organic piece to all of these things. I got to focus on what's the most important things. I can have my checklist A, B, and C. I can make my game plan as good as I can. But if I'm trying to hold everything, I'm trying to mold everything like a piece of clay, good luck, right? It's probably going to be a more frustrating endeavor than anything. And everything artistically I've done at this point, I've recognized you got to chill out. You got to collaborate. You have to just allow things to kind of happen. So I'm kind of catching that from what you're saying. Like the simplicity, you have to allow room for simplicity too. Like you can't say I'm making a plan so detailed that I'm going to control every little bit. It's like, what are your main things? Like, let's do the main points and be ready. Because this is what's going to fuel everything coming forward.
Yeah, no, I think that's totally right. Like I think the main thing from this is you have to study, you have to learn what the marketplace looks like, how all the systems integrate, so you can distill it into a simple thing. Because that is the big thing, is like, how do you make a complex thing seem simple? Because I say it's simple, it's not simple.
Right. Because
it takes a lot of work and education to get into it. But then once you have a grasp, then you know how to play, and you can go, oh, okay, well, we want to run this kind of a play. We want to run just an email collection, an email list play versus an e-com play of selling something. And then once you understand those lanes, then you can tailor your call to action.
Well, I'm gonna go look up Jake, number one. And I know I can't copy his formula, but I'm gonna also watch this episode back a few times. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Cool. All right. So thank you for joining. This has been the Seize the Day podcast. Like, comment, share, tag someone that you think would benefit from this, because we're going to be doing this all the time. And we love talking about marketing and strategies and helping each other grow. And until next time, peace.
Peace. Yeah. Video production and creative design by View Creative LLC. Start your own video podcast today by visiting createyourview.com. For more personalized coaching and digital marketing, contact Brandon Stewart at celladoragency.com.